morning, everybody. I'm Jamie with Three Little Goats, and today we are going to make some bath bombs, and not just normal boring bath bombs. We're going to be making some goat milk bath bombs. These are going to be so great for your skin, and I'm going to be doing a lavender, but of course you can do anything that you want. You can do any additives that you want, any scents that you want. This is just my basic goat milk bath bomb recipe, not goat milk soap, goat milk bath bomb recipe. So let's get started. For this recipe, you're going to need some baking soda, you'll need some citric acid, an essential oil of your choice. I am using lavender. You'll also need some sort of carrier oil. I am using a combination of coconut oil and melted shea butter in there as well. I'm also going to be adding some lavender buds. And then I've got my powdered goat milk that we actually take our goat milk and we freeze dry it, and then I ground it down into a nice fine powder. But if you don't have that ability, you can also purchase it online. I'm thinking about adding it to my Etsy shop. I'm not sure if I'm going to or not. If that's something you'd be interested in, let me know down in the comments below. I also have a little spray bottle full of witch hazel. And then you're going to need something to mold your bath bombs. I am using these large size bath bomb molds. Alright, first thing I'm going to do is put some rubber gloves on. If you have nail polish on, you'll definitely want to do this not only to protect your nail polish, but also make sure that none of your nail polish flakes off into your bath bombs. So right here I've just got some good old-fashioned baking soda, and I'm going to add in my citric acid. I'm just going to mix that up really, really well to make sure there's no little lumps or bumps in it. And then next I'm going to add in my carrier oils. And again, just going to get in there with my hands and start mixing it up. Now you can use any carrier oil that you want. You don't have to use coconut oil or shea butter. You can use olive oil. You can use any cooking oil that you want. I just like the combination of coconut oil and shea butter. It just makes my skin feel really nice, and it's just my personal preference. Again, you can use anything that you want. And I'm going to add in my goat milk powder. And let's just make sure everything is nice and mixed up well. And I'm just going to sprinkle in some of my seed or my blossoms, and then my essential oils. And again, any scent you want to do here, everything is completely customizable. I've done orange peels, like dried orange peels with some sweet orange essential oil, and oh my gosh, it smells so good. I'll probably do another batch of that here shortly. Alright, but as you can see, my mixture is still pretty dry. When you hold it together, you want it to be able to hold its shape like this, but it's still not quite the consistency that I want. It doesn't all hold its shape. So I'm just going to give it some spritz with some witch hazel. And I like to use witch hazel because it doesn't activate the fizzing of the bath bombs. If you were to spray like water in here to get it moist, it would start fizzing, and that's just a waste. So witch hazel is like the perfect thing to use for these. Alright, strip down the bowls. And again, you want it to be like wet snow consistency. Good, you know, the good snow where you can build like the best snowballs ever that just hold their shape. That's what you're looking for. You're looking for a good snowball consistency. I'm pretty happy with that. Right. Now that I'm happy with my consistency, I'm going to take half of my bath bomb. I'm just going to take a few more of those lavender buds, put them in the bottom, and then start pressing in. side, take my other side, fill that up. And you kind of want to make it so it's kind of domed over. That way when you start pushing them together, because you're going to push them and then just kind of start twisting back and forth, make sure they're nice and compacted. If that doesn't work, dome it up again. And if you don't have bath bomb molds, go old school and just use your hands and make them into a ball shape. Just like you're building a snowball. That's essentially what you're doing. It's like a little snowball that smells good. Okay. You want to try to keep the edges lined up as best as you can. Just push it in there. Get a little wiggle. Should be able to top your top off, top your bottom off. Move any excess around that ring. And I like to let mine sit and dry for about 24 hours before I use them or I package them. Alright guys, so that is what I have for you. Now if you're going to be making these and storing them for a while and not using them right away, or you're making them to sell them, you may want to think about adding some sort of preservative just to make sure that the goat's milk powder doesn't get moldy. But if you're going to make them and use them within the next few days, then they will be perfectly fine without any type of preservative. So if you have any questions about this or any of the other videos I have on my channel, be sure to leave them down below. And if you haven't already followed me on social media, the links to those will be in the description box. And if you haven't subscribed to this channel, be sure to do so. I've got a lot of like homemade recipes for like homemade cough drops and things like that coming up, because cold and flu season is right around the corner, and with the weather here going from like 90 to 70 overnight, I can kind of feel myself getting sick a little bit, so I'm going to be working on some of that stuff as well here in the near future, so be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on those, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!